Perfect. All right, we're ready to roll. I'll start letting people in.
Okay, this
Thank
is
you.
on. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are just waiting for more people to join. Hello, Nancy, Steven. It's nice to see you all here. We will wait just a couple of more minutes for everyone to join.
Hey, Matei, also do me a favor and choose to spotlight your own video. Is that something you know how to do?
Okay.
Okay, perfect. There you go.
Okay. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining in today. My name is Matei. You might saw me in previous episode with the Piano Tech Radio Hour. I was a guest as a pianist, and last month you might saw my brother Luca, who was the host at that time. So thank you very much, all of you, for joining in today. We are here in the Piano Worldwide studio, and I am really happy to announce the Piano Tech Radio Hour podcast. So we gather every Saturday to meet and learn from the most fascinating and knowledgeable folks in the piano world, including manufacturers, rebuilder musicians, marketers of other instruments, and of course, piano techs. Our mutual goal is to become better at craft, to help each other, and to create an ever more musical world together. Piano Tech Radio Hour is brought to you by Piano Technician Masterclass, an online learning resource that brings you cutting-edge instructions from piano industry masters without leaving your home. Find out more at www.pianotechnicianmasterclass.com. So today we have here an inspiring young pianist. His name is Sanin Jakovljević. He was born in Belgrade in 2000. He started his musical education at the music school Mokranjac at the age of 5, where he also obtained his secondary music school degree in the class of Professor Ivan Meleš. He completed his baccalaureate and academic studies of piano, and also the master studies in the class of PhD Maja Rajković at the Faculty of Music in Belgrade. And currently he is attending second master studies in the class of Professor Arsen Čarkić in Banja Luka. So Sanin also attended master classes with Jokut Mihajlović from Russia, Franco Venturini, Italy, Ivan Bačić from Serbia, Nena Divović, Serbia, Libor Novacek, Austria, and Denis Bursey, Russia. Sanin is also a winner of a large number of awards at the national and international competitions, from which we can stand out the prize laureate of the international competition Noël Étoiles in Paris, first prize at the international competition youth competition musicians in Zagreb, Croatia, and also the first prize at the Slavic competition. He also won the laureate with his trio Damase on the competition of Olivera Đurđević. Sanin won also the Emil Hayek Award as the most promising Serbian artist in 2021. He performed on more than 100 concerts and gave more than 10 solo recitals. He often performed as a chamber musician in more than 10 ensembles. He is also the founder of Beam Orchestra, the Belgrade Youth Orchestra, with his colleagues from the faculty. So, hello, Sanin. Thank you very much for joining in today.
Hello, thank you very much for having me.
We are very happy to have you here. So tell us a little bit more about your musical beginnings and how it all started for you.
Well, it was a no-brainer that I was going to be a musician because everyone in my family was actually in music at the time. My father is an opera singer. My mother plays the harpa at the National Theatre here in Belgrade. My sister also went for singing. my brother started to play guitar and piano, and it was just a normal occasion for me to start
Yeah.
playing something. And I remember when I was I think 4,
Yeah.
yeah, and I saw that Disney movie Fantasia, and I remember
Oh
when,
yeah, with Mickey.
yeah, and
Okay.
everything, and there was so many just wonderful compositions. I was fascinated. It was beautiful for me to listen to everything. And I remember when Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue started.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Everyone remembers that scene.
Yeah.
It's the best scene ever. And I remember when I first heard it, I was like, "Mom, can I play that?" She's like, "Yes, of course, you can start learning piano." I was like, "No, you don't understand. I want to play it right now."
Oh yeah.
And she was like, "But yeah, okay, but you have to start music school and everything." I was like, "I don't want music school. I just want to play Rhapsody in Blue by George Gershwin."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah, I know a place where you can go and learn how to play that."
Okay.
And I was bamboozled. I was lied to. It was all a sham. And she came to the music school and everything. She was like, and I remember I was just, "Okay, so when I'm going to learn to play?" And my first music professor, Milica Vasiljevich, she was like, "Oh, don't worry, we'll do that on the second class."
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
On the second
class. Yeah, I was like, "Oh,
The
that's
Rhapsody.
wonderful. I'm coming in second class. I'm learning it." I come to the second class. She was like, "It's super easy for you, but let's first do this. Let's first learn the scales, learn how to put the positions, everything."
And at that time, you were 5, 6 years
Yeah,
old?
5 years old.
5 years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was every class. It was no, it's too easy for you. Let's do something hard, like playing scales,
Yeah.
arpeggio.
She was manipulating you.
Of course, everyone does. It's a
Yeah.
lot of just time when someone manipulates you. But yeah, so that's the earliest beginnings of my music.
Okay, so it was the only way for you.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah, it
Okay.
was honestly.
That's very very nice. And tell me, you're now 22 years, and you're already on the second master degree. What are your future plans in the next couple of years?
Well, my future plans are, since this master's degree actually is 2 years in Banja Luka. It's not 1 year like it was in Belgrade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was actually talking to my professor, and I didn't have any idea. I didn't have a clue what to do and everything. And I was like, "You're my mentor. You're my professor. You're someone who's a lot older, smarter, and wiser than me. What
Exactly.
should I do?" And he just looked at me. He's a man of very strong and small words. He just looked at me and he said, "Why are you asking me that?" And I was like, "Yeah, fair play." He was like, "What do you want to do?" And I started bullshitting him about something, small things, what to do. No, he's like, "No, go big. What's the biggest things you want to do?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want to be a concert pianist." Like,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly, like everyone does, but no one has the courage to say it. And I told him, I want to be a concert pianist. I want to, win competitions. I want to have recitals all over the world. I want to be famous, known, good, and everything. And I want to love what I'm doing and have passion for it. And he was like, "Okay, I know this professor in Italy. It's going to be wonderful for you. And that's the next, my specializations. I'm going to go probably for Italy." And then he was like, "Okay, after Italy, what you going to do?" I was, "No idea. I have a professor for you in Spain, in Madrid." He's like, "Go to him." And he just made a few phone calls and everything. And he was like, "It's settled."
Okay, so you're planning to pursue and continue to pursuing your pianist career, because
Of course, I'm in my strongest years.
Yeah, because you are already played on over 100 concerts, so
Of course.
you're on good path for that. And tell me, because in previous episodes we were talking about how it's important to learn from different masters, also for piano technicians, and from your point of view as a pianist.
Yeah.
Tell me, how much is it important to continuously educate with different piano teachers, masters, etc.?
I think it's like everything in life, actually. If you think you know something,
Yeah.
that's when the education stops. That's when the progress stops. If you're constantly affirming yourself, "I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know anything, actually." It's like the things I know, only maybe like 5% of the vast knowledge there is everything in the world. People who are passionate about music, not just music, about life and the arts and everything that has to sustain emotions in yourself. People just have to learn that when you think you know, that's when everything stops.
Absolutely. So I can connect that, and I think everybody can with Guillaume, that was a month ago, guest here. He said that he's a never-ending apprentice.
Of course.
So I think we all are. So
Yes.
that's amazing. And tell me, did you ever consider learning to tune your piano?
Not only did I consider, I actually know how to tune my own piano.
You know that?
Yeah, I actually bought a key.
Okay.
Yeah, the tuning key and everything. I remember because when I came to my college here in Banja Luka and everything, the piano tuner over there, he was like, oh, my back hurts and everything, and I can't do it. He's a very old man. He's like 67 years old. That man's gonna die soon. And everything, and he was like, "Could you just help me with some things?" And I came to him, "Yeah, of course, yeah."
Okay, so you have some
I have some experience actually.
Experience. That's amazing. Because it's very rare for me as a pianist. I never dare to try and tune the piano. So that's
it's
amazing.
a hefty job, but it's actually very satisfying to do.
And tell me, what experience do you have with piano technicians so far? Who is tuning your piano? And
at the moment, I'm tuning my own piano.
Okay.
But that's on the strings. If I want my mechanism to be done, I call a
professional.
Professional, because piano tuners, as I said, everything in life, there's always, there's good piano tuners, there's bad piano tuners, and
exactly as the pianist.
Yeah,
also.
Exactly. But piano tuners are literally doctors for our pianos.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, we cannot do anything without them. So
I remember when a piano tuner actually came to my home, and he was like, "Oh no, it's everything's so bad. Let me rework everything. Let me take your hammers and everything." And I was like, "Okay, take my hammers."
We sometimes as a pianist don't have the time for that, but it's
not only the
helping
time,
us.
it's also the knowledge. Sometimes we just become so comfortable with a piano, which is light and everything, and it's just like a sword with two edges.
Exactly. I remember I was I just get used to play on pianos out of tune.
Yeah,
and that's something that is really terrible, because when you get on the real
your hearing becomes very bad, actually.
Exactly. I was talking with some professors, and I remember our teacher, our main teacher of solfeggio, I was asking her, can my hearing be bad because I had an untuned piano? So that's something that we need to take care of. So there are our fellows piano technicians. Okay, thanks everyone for joining. We will play now one composition that Sanin performed, I think 7 years ago.
Yeah,
it's about the Gershwins. So let me just clear my screen. Okay.
Can you pause it? Try again. For some reason, the video is not coming through again. So I'm not sure what you did differently that last time we did the test, but
let's see what's happening. Okay. Maybe now it will work.
Yes, that looks better.
Sorry. Starting again. Gershwin. Okay, that was Sanin at the end of his high school of music, and he played Gershwin as he wanted, as the younger self. So let's continue with. If you have any questions, of course, we will have later on Q&A, so you can write everything in the chat below. So let me ask you, what do you think, would it be useful to put the subject in music schools that would teach how to tune the piano? Because, you know, all of the other instrumentalists are needed to learn how to tune their violin, guitar, etc. On piano, it's a bit harder, but maybe there is a possibility, you know, to place the subject that we at least learn how to tune the piano.
Yes, I actually think it would be not useful. I think it's mandatory actually for pianists, because it's a really shame for every instrument to know how to deal with their instruments. Even accordion players know how to fix their accordions and everything. We're the only instrument that doesn't know anything about our instrument. I actually know a lot of people, that pianists, that don't know actually what the middle pedal does or how it functions.
Exactly. Yeah. I also think that, because you know, it depends on the teacher if he knows that, and if he will train you something about that. But regarding any subject of piano technician or piano building or even tuning, they all don't speak anything. So we end up learning and finishing the conservatories, and we don't know nothing about it. So
we don't know anything.
I think it would really be good to, you know, promote the piano technician craft and everything.
Actually, here and where I'm studying in Bosnia, there's actually a petition going around for music schools to get, not just music schools and music academies as well. I believe in Sarajevo there's actually a subject about piano tuning. Yes, and the fascinating stuff is it's not only for pianists. It's for everyone that wants.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? I mean, it's very big subject and big craft. So I think that would necessary. I don't even think. Tell me from your experience. Is there by different school, does they have their personal piano technician, or they just hire somebody to tune the piano?
Actually, schools don't have their own piano technicians. They always take from the academies.
Oh yeah, but the academies have.
Academies always have the piano technicians.
Yeah, it's the same in Paris, but in high schools, I don't think they have one.
No, in high schools, actually, it's very sad, because that's when kids most, you know, like to play and to take big pieces to play and everything.
Exactly, and the pianos usually get out of tune very fast.
Very easily, because also a lot of people, you know, in Belgrade, there are a lot of people that are actually living in dormitories, which means they have to practice at the school and everything.
Yeah, they don't have their own piano.
And that's a piano that is constantly being played on for like 12 or 13, 14 hours at a time. Yeah, per day.
Exactly. I think that would be great to include. And so tell me, in your point of view as a pianist, how much is important to practice? We talked about that, but how much is important to practice on the grand piano rather than on electric or upright pianos?
Oh, I love that question. I mean,
a little bit deeper.
It's for, you know, there's 4 types of pianos. There's electric piano. I'm not thinking keyboards. That's not piano. That's keyboard. Yeah. So there's an electric, probably know a piano, know everything like that. There's an upright piano. There's, you know, half grand pianos, and there's grand pianos and everything.
Yeah.
The rule is that it's always true. Even if you have the best electric piano on the world, it's always better to practice on a wrong or like a bad upright piano. Same goes for grand, same goes for half grand. Playing on a half grand piano is the thing that actually makes professionals. When you can practice everything you want. Plus, upright pianos have different mechanisms than grand pianos.
Absolutely.
100% different mechanisms. The hitting of the hammer and everything.
So you always trying to play on the grand piano?
Of course. I mean, I'm thankful that my academy actually has a grand piano that we can play every single day on it and practice.
Exactly. And tell me, what are your experience with buying used pianos? And do you bring your own piano technician with you, or how do you work that?
I always bring 2 people. I bring my piano technician, and I also bring my professor.
Yeah.
Why? Because professors, they know me well. They really know me well. They know everything, you know, my flaws, you know, my good things, my everything. And plus they sometimes piano technicians are one of the things that we need most, because sometimes we're subjective about some things, but also sometimes especially if a piano technician isn't a pianist, which is, sad to be true. But when they're not, they don't know sometimes the things like okay, it's objectively better to buy this piano, but objectively better doesn't mean things for pianists, because art is subjective, and our music is subjective, our hands are subjective, everything is
absolutely.
subjective.
Because of that, you need to try the piano. But talking about the some things, because I was talking when I was the guest here, I was talking that I had problems with termites with the pianos, and that case, but I didn't know how to recognize it, and because of that, I was asking just if you are bringing the piano technician with you. I
always bring my piano technician. Actually, I was before I bought my own upright Petrov piano from 43, which is unbelievable piano, and I bought my professor and my technician, and there was two pianos. There was a Festa and there was a Petrov, and my professor said, "No, I'll take the Festa." And it's a Festa, Piano technician was like, "No, it's going to rot in like 3 years."
Absolutely, because of that things we cannot know as a pianist.
And what happened? A friend of mine bought the Festa. It's incapable of usage anymore.
Absolutely.
So
because of that, we need to bring.
Always listen to your piano technicians. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Okay. So tell me also, upon that, is it easy to find a piano technician here in Serbia and in Balkans in general? A good piano technician.
They are very good piano technicians. But it's always a sword with two ends. You can find a good one. You can't find an honest one.
It's the case here.
I mean, they're really good people that know their crafts very well, but you can't trust them 100%. They won't do something
it's very similar to professors here.
True.
I think it's because of our religion.
I mean, Balkan.
Okay. Good promotion for Balkan. Okay. I will play now another video from Sanin that he played with a wireless. I will just share the screen. Okay, just a minute.
Yeah, that's good. We can see the video.
Okay.
I think your audio is muted right now.
Okay, sorry. Thank you, Ethan. So that was Sanin and Anna that played Schubert on the Faculty of Music in Belgrade. And we figured out that, pianists can't live without piano technicians. And tell me, how is the situation with young people here? Did you met any young people who are interested in learning this craft?
Actually, I have a few. A lot of my colleagues actually want to go to Germany to learn the craft of piano tuning and being a piano technician and everything. So I can't say that there aren't interested people in that, but I can say that people don't want to do anything about it because, the Balkan region doesn't really do anything. I mean, there's no course, there's no study here at this very moment in Serbia.
Absolutely, there is no promotion
of course, and why would people do something they don't hear about that is actually useful and good?
So you say they cannot get interested in because they don't have any information on how to do it? And
true.
That is profession, but they don't know about it.
Yeah, but there are still people that are interested, nevertheless, but still. It's hard because there are also people that are interested in a lot of things, but that doesn't mean they're going to do it at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, and tell me, how do you think the role of piano technician has evolved over the time, and what impact has this on world of classical music and piano performances?
I mean, we all know that pianos have changed from the 1800s and everything to the 1900s and to the 20th and everything. Piano technicians have become more professional and more perfect than ever. There's actually like a 99% study that everything is now almost to peak perfection. It actually came. And I mean, you can just hear by the clips from, earlier our sound like Horowitz, Rubinstein, or stuff, Pletnyov, Varao, Sokolov, and everything. You can actually hear the pianos. It's just 100% different. And I've actually had a few moments where I actually played on,
the pitch was completely different.
The pitch was different. The touch, the touche on the piano keys was different. I mean, that's why Horowitz actually could play so fast and everything. He had a custom-made piano just for him.
Absolutely. It was the same thing with the Chico Marx from Marx Brothers. So he never, I know that he never practiced after he grew up, but he had his own piano, and he could play very fast because he just made it that way. Yeah. I mean, the keys were like 75% lighter and everything, and there was not that much space for it to hit the string. But that's why the sound also was so small. And everyone said, I've just talked to a lot of people, and everyone said, when you listen to a piano concerto earlier, you could not hear the piano that much because the entire symphonic orchestra had to be a lot quieter and a lot more careful and everything. Now, the depth and the fullness of tone from a piano, it can be unmatched with any instrument. Absolutely. And tell me, we cover a bit of this question. Do you think is it important that pianos are regularly tuned in schools and academy rooms? And on top of that, tell me also, what is your experience here in Serbia and there in Bosnia? How much our pianos regularly are tuned, and how much of them are actually tuned?
I mean, to say that it's not important for pianos to be tuned is just it's a very stupid statement to say. I think everyone that actually sat on a piano would say it's important. The difference, that's actually interesting. Pianos in Serbia are tuned more often.
More often than in Bosnia.
But there's a difference. Here in Serbia, especially in Belgrade, there's 20 to 25 pianists per year.
We are talking about the academy.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
In Bosnia, there are 14 pianists in total.
In total, like for
4 years plus master's degree.
Okay, so
14.
On your year, you have maybe a couple of pianists.
I have 2 pianists on my year.
Okay.
Just me and a colleague of mine. Okay. And so the pianos are better in Bosnia. Why? Because they're not played as much.
Yeah.
But they're still played and everything. And you can feel the difference, when it's exam week and everything, and everyone starts, practicing and everything.
And tell me regarding the piano rooms and the pianos, do you have a similar number of pianos here in Serbia and there, or
No, a lot more. There's a lot less pianos in Bosnia,
yeah,
but as I said, there's a lot of less people, so it's not a
Yeah,
problem actually.
no
And plus, every piano in Bosnia is tuned and well.
okay. And regarding the quality and range of piano prices, are the similar to what we have here in Serbia and there, or
Well, yeah, it's similar. Actually,
It's
it's
similar.
similar. I mean, to be fair, the best pianos in Serbia can't be even matched with Bosnian. I mean, it's poor. I mean, Bosnia doesn't, put a lot of money into music schools or music in general. But what they have, they treasure it and they really
Okay.
take care of it. The Stenway in Banski Dvor,
okay?
yeah, which is like I think it's like 70 years old or something like
Yeah.
that. It's a very old piano. It's still in such wonderful shape.
Okay, but it's regularly maintained.
Yeah, I mean regular. It's tuned once every 3 or 4 months, which is pretty regular. Actually,
I think maybe because they have the concerts, I think they tune it even much often because
Yeah.
they have the concerts. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay, and tell me, during your education, you visit hundreds of piano rooms and halls.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite piano brands?
Piano brands.
That's a hard question.
It's not a hard question, but it
Okay.
depends on what we're talking about. Practicing
No,
Yamahas and Kawais.
Yamaha's and Kawai.
Why? First off, I don't feel bad after practicing on them because I can do everything I want. There's good
Yeah.
repetition, there's good control of dynamics and color and everything, but I don't feel bad if I'm practicing on
Okay.
a Kawai and Yamaha. But that's just the mentality of Balkan. But the best pianos I've ever played, Bechstein, Steinway, and Fazioli.
Okay, absolutely.
that's-
I love the Fazioli, absolutely.
I mean, it's a custom-made piano every time. It's custom made. It's a
Yeah.
wonderful thing.
Yeah. So tell me, could you share any anecdotes about memorable experience you had working with piano technician throughout your career? Do you have any moments?
I mean,
Yes, sir.
I'll have a lot of moments with them and everything, but I remember there was, I think maybe you know him, Mario, the first piano technician actually here in
Okay.
Serbia, yeah, from
Yeah.
Christian's father.
Yeah.
And I remember when I came, because he was my piano technician when I bought my piano and everything. And he listened to me how I talk about pianos and why because he didn't just tell me, oh, this is good, this is bad. No, he asked me, what do you think about it first? Because he was, he was spying a little bit on me.
And you were at that time, you were
I was 18.
18.
Yeah,
Okay.
18 years old. And he really liked the way I was thinking and everything. He was like, oh, wow, you have wonderful taste, you have wonderful perception of sound and color and the mechanics of the piano and everything. He was like, would you like to work for me?
Really?
Yeah.
So he thought you could be his apprentice?
Yeah.
Okay.
And at the moment, I was just like, nah.
Okay, because you're into piano.
I was 18 years old. I didn't want to do anything at the
Yeah.
moment in my life. I was just like, let me finish my exams and everything.
Exactly. And now, from this point of view, would you maybe answer a different?
Yeah, I would be considered definitely. I mean, I wouldn't want to do it professionally,
Okay.
but I really like to know, and that's why I actually started to learn everything a bit from the piano tuners there in Bosnia and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have if he would ask me now, it would be a completely different
Completely
story.
different
Yeah.
solution.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, and tell me, how do you maintain your own piano technique, and what role do piano technicians play in helping you achieving the sound and expression of your desire? For example, when you are in a big hall and something needs to be change and develop in regarding the sound.
That's actually a pretty interesting question because people are usually, asking the piano technicians, I don't like this, I don't like that. Could you maybe, fine tune it a little bit more like this and everything? For me, honestly, I mean, I can work with any piano at this moment because my professor always said to me, there's not a bad piano, there's only a bad pianist.
Exactly.
Which I mean,
that's a good
because I was like, oh, come on, you can't be joking. And he took me to the worst room there in Banja Luka. And he was like, play something here. And, it sounded all so bad and it was just distorted and everything. You couldn't control the pedal and everything. He started playing, Heaven from Above.
Yeah.
And I was like, how? And I was like, because you don't have the mentality, or because you have the mentality of blaming someone and something.
Yeah.
You don't have the mentality, I'm just going to make wonderful music. That it doesn't matter. He never tries a piano before a concert. I never try piano now before a concert, actually. I just go on stage and play. Because if you have the time to try piano, that's wonderful. But when you're traveling and everything, and it's very bad for you to travel one day and then go back to your home and then go back again for the concert and everything. It's expensive. It's time consuming. It's it's emotionally hard and everything. And so I just go directly on the concert and I'm like, yeah, let's play.
Okay, absolutely. Before the next question, if anybody have any questions for Q&A later, just place it in the comments and we will read it in a couple of minutes. And tell me also, yes, as the part of that question, how do you maintain your own piano playing technique? So now when you're a concert pianist, do you still practice the technical stuffs before starting? And what's your daily routine of playing and practicing piano? In what order do you practice?
I've actually started to use Liszt's mindset of playing. And he said there's actually a very funny anecdote when he went to Vienna.
Yeah. Actually,
a little, village near Vienna. And, Franz Liszt is coming to town to play. Everyone opened their windows and started to play everything because they wanted to hear them and everything. They wanted praise. They wanted Liszt to take them as the students and everything. And Liszt went to like a bar and everything. He sat in front, sipping wine and everything. And there was just one fellow across. He saw his window and everything. He was just practicing and practicing and practicing. And Liszt was there like for 4 or 5 hours. He was just listening to him and walking. He stood up, walked up to him, and he was like, "Oh my goodness, Franz Liszt is going to, what's a privilege." And Franz Liszt said, "Excuse me, can I ask you a question?" Yes, of course, Maestro Liszt. What are you practicing for that long? Oh, I want to be great as you. And he's like, if you want to be great as me, start practicing half an hour, making a pause for 10 to 15 minutes, then half an hour, and again like that. Because that's actually the best way of practicing. When I started practicing like that, I just saw a tremendous amount of achievements and my own growth coming to play. Because when you practice for half an hour, that's when your emotional focus is strongest. And that's when you feel the music the most. If you can't feel the music the most at the time, if you only practice with your thumb, with your fingers and everything, you get what's called muscle memory. Exactly. Muscle memory isn't a good thing, actually. Muscle memory is good for a short period of time. You have a concert in like 3 weeks. You have to do what you have to do. Muscle memory for professionals, it's never about muscle memory. It's always about listening. It's always about feeling everything that is happening to you.
So that reminds me of some methods that I also used on Academy, like the Pomodoro effect.
Yeah, Pomodoro.
So it's similar to that, and we can adjust that to any kind of job. It's not just about the piano. Anything that we are learning. So absolutely. So tell me what similarities do you see between pianist and piano technician based on your own experience and insights? Like it's both of piano and piano technicians are on the margins. It's not something that like NBA or football or something like that. So it's hard to find a proper teacher, a proper way. So what similarities do you see?
The similarities are there because they're so rare. That's a similarity. A good piano technician and a good pianist is very rare these days, actually. Also, the thing that combines them is both love what they do. The passion. They both have passion, because everyone who is a musician nowadays, we all know it's not a profitable business.
Absolutely.
But we still do it, even though we know. So it's not like we're living in a delusion, like, no, this will make me famous, this will make me rich. No, we all know It's not going to make us rich. It's not
Exactly.
going to make us famous. That's the passion, the unconditional love, actually, that is happening.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I actually put the most between piano technician, because when you listen to a piano technician talk about a piano, it's like a pianist talking about a piece.
Exactly.
They're both
About the music,
so into it. They're so passionate. They're so in love with what they're doing. The good ones.
The good ones.
The bad ones. We all know the bad ones.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, thank you very much. Let me play another piece from Sanin, and this was from his recent concerts after he was finished the graduation. And so just a second. Okay, so that was Sanin at the end of his bachelor degree in Tartak in Serbia, and here we back with a couple of questions. Yeah, if you had any questions, you could just place them in the chat, and tell me, do you have any friend that is our age and that is training for a professional piano technician?
Yeah, actually there is. He's currently fourth year of
Yeah.
the academy in Belgrade.
Okay, and he is studying.
He's actually studying piano, yes.
Okay,
But
he's
he's
studying
also on for being a conductor as well. And so he's going on to. He's going to be a conductor and a pianist, which both go hand in hand. And he's just like, yeah, let's do even more. Let's become a piano tuner as well, a piano technician. So yeah, there are
Yeah.
people. There are people here in Serbia.
Okay, so you think that there is still some interest in, but yeah, the problem is, I think, because we don't have even any courses for piano technicians
Yeah.
here in Serbia. So they usually need to travel to France or Germany, that is closer to us, and to start learning there. So that's really hard thing. And tell me, you're preparing the concert here in Pančevo with us, the Piano Worldwide, and we are very happy for that. It will be on 13th of April.
Yeah.
Tell me what will be your repertoire first. First, tell me that. What will be your repertoire?
The repertoire will be so I will be playing Haydn Sonata in B minor. There will be also Rachmaninoff's Prelude, Opus 32, number 10, also in B minor. And there's also Rachmaninoff's Etude, Opus 33, number 3 in C minor, which is the first half of the concert. Then I will have you. Thank you very much for letting me take you as a guest to my concert and everything.
Absolutely, it will be an honor.
And then afterwards, it's going to be a train wreck of compositions, because then it's coming Liszt's Hungarian Rhapsody number 2, Liszt's Paganini Etude number 6, and George Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue. It's finally time to play it. Actually.
Okay, yeah, the Rhapsody in Blue. And tell me, did you ever play the? We have a question here, so okay. Let me just finish here. Did you ever play the Rhapsody in Blue with the orchestra yet?
Unfortunately, not yet, but soon.
Okay, so maybe you're planning to play it with the band?
Yeah, of course,
okay.
My orchestra.
And for all the audience that isn't here in Serbia, tell me, will they be able to watch you through some live stream?
Yes, of course, we'll be streaming it through Piano Worldwide, so on Instagram and everything.
Absolutely. So you can join for free on Piano Worldwide Instagram to watch signing on 13th of April. And okay, so here we have some questions.
Let me just look at how long did it take before learning Gershwin? What was actually the final achieved original result you deserved? Was all the work worth it? Huh? Interesting. Actually,
okay, so let me just read the question clearly. How long did it take to learn the Gershwin, and what was it like to finally achieve the original result you desired? Was all of that worth it, and what was your feeling?
To be honest, it's so I played that Gershwin on my piano recital on the 4th year of my high school, so which means I've been playing piano for like 10 years. Yeah, 10 years.
10 years at that time.
Yeah, okay. At the time, actually 11, because I renowned the grade.
Yeah.
And so was it worth it? Well, it took me about like 3 months to get the result I wanted for all the 3 preludes. Was it worth it? It was worth it for my soul, but it wasn't worth it because of the comments I actually got, because Gershwin doesn't sound like a, serious composer. When you tell someone, oh, I'm playing Gershwin. You're playing Gershwin. It's like, it's hard music, but it's fun. And that's the thing that people are scared of. They're scared of playing something that's so easy for the sound and for the ear to be fun. And
absolutely. So you think people in classical music are more fond of romanticism,
of course,
classicism than
everything except Gershwin and jazz and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And tell us also, how did you learn to tune your piano? Did you have any mentor or learning from book, video lessons?
Oh, I had a mentor. So yeah, that professor from Bosnia, actually, he's also a piano tuner.
Okay.
But I learned from the piano tuner from Bosnia, actually, because, as I said, he just came to help me. I actually came to help him, and he was like, oh, thank you so much. Could you just do this? Could you do that? Could you do that? Because he had a sprain in his back and everything. And he was like, oh, you're actually pretty good at this. If you want, we can when I come visit, we could do something together. Like, you can watch me do stuff like that. I was like, yeah, I'd be honored.
Absolutely. So you're maybe stepping also on that path of
of course,
learning a little bit of piano technician craft. So that would be very, very amazing, and it would be also helpful for all of your friend pianists.
Yeah, of
because
course, of course.
we don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
And tell us also, did you try to learn about more mechanics of the piano and how to adjust and fix them? You know, action regulation and voicing.
Voicing is actually a very fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
Voicing is not technical related. Voicing
Yeah.
is all in the mind and everything. You know, action repetition and everything like that. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, you know, because you know there's the Vienna style and the English style of mechanics and everything. Vienna, I mean, nobody even uses that anymore. I mean, it's very outdated. Some pianinos still have it, you know, pianos, but no one uses it. The English, and you know, when you learn how to tune and fix pianos, I've never actually, not gonna lie, I've never encountered a piano that was in that bad of a state that I had to do some major fixes. It was, you know, just like, you know, small fixes here and there, touches and everything. But as I said, I don't believe there's a bad piano. There's only me being someone who's spoiled and doesn't want to actually learn how to face through the tough times and everything. So when I see a piano that, you know, has some minor imperfections, I don't, that's the pianist in me, not the piano technician.
Yeah.
I don't think, wow, yeah, I should fix this so it could be better. No, I was like, no, it's a challenge. Let's do something about it. Let's do something about it.
Exactly. Okay, and here we have some comment from John Krebs. So if indeed there are not that many good piano technicians here, as we just said, what, in your opinion, makes an outstanding piano technician that could stand out?
First things first, honesty and human morale. That's a thing no one talks about. Piano technicians should, you know, more than me. So that's the but they have the same as I said here in our country. It's the very similar to all of the profession in music. You know, so in France and in other countries, I had completely different you know, experience with piano technicians and piano teachers. So maybe, you know, maybe it's just because, you know, they are not here, they are not paid well or something like that. But still, no one's paid well in Serbia. But if you're a good person, you're a good person. You have high morale and a moral compass. You have to do it. But that's one thing that I first look in a piano technician, not just in a piano technician. That's the first thing I look in a human being.
Okay, so I could compare that to, because usually here in Serbia, just to explain a little bit, we contact the piano technicians when we are buying the pianos, because we are usually buying only the used pianos.
Yeah, of course, never new.
We don't buy the new pianos because we don't have the funds for that, and it's usually never happened here in Serbia. So you know that there is usually piano technicians here are not building their pianos, but they are reselling old pianos. So we as a pianist and as a young pianist usually have the bad experience because we don't know anything about the piano at that time, and maybe you had some bad luck with
of course I was.
But it's more of kind of a salesman person at that time. It's not you know, piano technician.
But still a piano technician is a very, you know, loyal thing to be for a pianist. You have to be loyal to your pianist, and it's a pianist in general, because the second thing I want to talk about that makes them stand out is fixing the problem. I tell them that that
is bothering you.
I don't want to say, you know what, I feel my hammers are too light and everything, and you should. And he goes like, oh no, don't worry, we'll tune the piano. We're going to fix the pedal. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. Fixing my problems that I, as a pianist, can see and they can hear and everything. That's also something that makes them stand out, because there's a lot of them that know, you know, by the books, you know, book moves and everything, just like in chess. There's book moves that they know they have to do with the piano, but pianists are all different and they all want certain things. Plus, yes, I'm still a student, so I can't demand from a piano technician stuff that, I don't know, Horowitz or Rubinstein or Zimmerman or Kiss and everyone would ask, because they are on that, you know, professional ladder that they have all the right in the world to tell everyone, anyone, anything they want. Okay, so
I think the most important thing, as from my experience also, is you know, when you find a proper piano technician, you stayed with him. I have one guy here in Serbia, and you know, I just invite him to my place and I tell him, fix everything. You know, I have the complete confidence in you. And,
of course.
So okay, it's the same with also the piano players and professors.
Of course.
Okay, so I think that would be it for today. Thank you everyone for joining in. Remember to check out the Piano Tech Radio, our and Piano Tech Radio Masterclass website, and to join there. You have the links here in the chat, and we will be here the next Saturday. So we are looking forward watching you, and thank everybody for joining in. Thank you.
Thank you.